Just so you're aware, the picture that Ashley has for you on her phone is really weird. You're going to want to get that looked at.
What?
Very strange.
I also just shared it with everyone in the press box.
And we're going to take a picture of it and send it out on LVH1 right now.
Anytime. Thanks, Bob.
What happened?
Oh, that picture you have of him.
Picture of him.
That's his Facebook profile
It
picture.
says, please rate the quality of the call.
Yeah, it's Facebook Messenger.
It was good quality, but the person I was talking to
Was That's me. It's alright, it's a good song.
Nice. How do you guys know this music? This music was like
Well, I listen to
60s, 70s, man.
Good. Did he fix his? Oh, he has not fixed his.
He tried.
I think I know.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
I keep forgetting which team is which. Whirlwind. You don't care, you go to the more often, right?
Yeah, I went here for up until sophomore year.
So you're a junior this year or a senior?
I'm a senior.
So it's set main block. Set. We're ready to roll.
You ready to do your thing?
What's my thing?
Yeah, like I said, we'll figure it out. I've got the green microphone on it. Speakerphone.
Nice job, ladies.
On that
No,
side.
got it.
Alright. Wayne, pay this girl twice. Or we're paying him before. Double.
He's not even kidding, guys.
Double. We're gonna double what you were paying before.
I already have an A plus. No, my zero was zero.
Thanks, buddy.
Double. Whatever these girls have, double.
I already have an A plus, so I can't get extra credit for this. Make me get an F and then make me get an A plus to make myself feel better.
Welcome to LVH1. We are live from Newton Park for the second half of the first game for the ladies. This is Bethany Christian versus LaVille. LaVille is up 2-0 right now with a strong defensive showing from Trinity Cox in the first half with several saves. I'm right next to Steve Cox. I've got Jake Rush and Ashley McAlexander helping out tonight. I've got Ariana Stanky visiting from Mishawaka, and I've got Amanda Ross manning the V-Mix. So we've got the A team, literally.
We have the A team, the B team, the C team. We got the whole alphabet here.
I've even got O for old man. Steve told me that was
That's
me.
right. Old white man, O-W. We're a little giggly up here, too, so it's all good. Actually, the Lancers have not really been down at the offensive end as much in the first half, but they have made great opportunities for times that they've been down. We don't have more than maybe 5 or 6 shots on goal, but we've scored twice. Bethany Christian has allowed us to cross the ball and get it in the middle and get some relatively easy shots. And so we're thankful that even though they kept the ball down at their end more in the first half, that we've been efficient, I guess is the word we'll look at. We'll call it efficient. It's our efficiency quota. Proficient.
Yeah, the ball has definitely stayed on our side a lot more in the first half, but they've taken advantage of the few opportunities they were given. Normally, the way Coach Pleininger tries to play it is that Trinity Cox keeps the goalie for the first half, and then Micah Edwards comes in second half. But Trinity's been getting a lot more goalie time this year, giving Micah a few more opportunities to score, which she's taken full advantage of her senior year.
Well, I think also they're both really good athletes, too. And so I think the having one of them sit, just from a coaching standpoint, it just made a lot more sense to say we need to have them both in the ball game, especially Mike as a senior, Trinity now as a junior, and so it from a coaching standpoint, I'm sure that's what Coach Pleininger is thinking about.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. For
Yeah,
the first game.
something like that. Well, Trinity is, she's your tall, lean goalie, those balls that go above your head. A lot of times in high school soccer, you've got shorter goalies that ball gets above their head, and it's hard for them to stop. Bethany Christian first half had 2 of them that banged off the top of the crossbar, and Trinity was right up there. So definite advantage to be a long, cool drink, as we'll call Trinity, as far as that's concerned.
Here we go again, bringing the ball back down to our side.
We've kind of got the bend but don't break type of mentality as far as Trinity Cox on the save, the goalie save. A little bit of contact there. It's a fine line there as far as crashing into the goalie and what you can get away with, what you can't. Mr. Thomas was pointing at you. And we've got the 3 A's up here. Triple A is what we're going to call them. From a standpoint of weather, couldn't ask for a nicer day. Overcast, upper 60s, a nice breeze.
After several weeks.
Yeah, I was going to say the last 2 or 3 weeks we've had of 90 degrees and 70% humidity and sweat bees all over the place. And I wasn't even sweating. I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah,
we'll leave that discussion for another time.
I wore long sleeves. You've got a jacket on.
I got a jacket on. Us old guys, we get cold easy. Oh, the young girls get cold easy too, so they're all old. They're actually playing music from the 60s and 70s, which we're up here just kind of jamming and grooving to the Beatles and
Cranberries was going earlier. Some
That's right.
Beatles.
We're having a hard time. We can get the ball midfield in, just really penetrating that final. Again, we don't have that many shots on goal. Maybe, I don't know, half a dozen, maybe at the most. So the key in the second half, though, is we can't just go back on our heels to play defensive, though, because that's when you end up getting beat. And then you're playing, instead of playing to win, you're playing not to lose. And so we want to make sure that we just don't go, try to protect a 2-0 lead and just go into defensive mode here. We still want to try to push the ball up the field as much as we can.
Well, this girls' team is a fun one to watch because it's really evenly distributed between the upperclassmen and lowerclassmen. Got some freshmen and sophomores on there. And it's not really top heavy like we've seen with other teams where it's all seniors.
Yeah, I mean that's part of the transition this year is 5 seniors graduated and 5 seniors that were exceptional ball players. Some of them now are going on to playing collegiate soccer, and so when you graduate kids like that from the program, there's definitely next wave's got to step up, and you got to see what the younger kids do. This is a strong freshman class. There's some great athletes on the freshman class here, and so Lady Lancer soccer this year may not be as strong, but future looks pretty bright. But see here again now we've got number 10. Who's number? Oops, I keep forgetting. I'm like, here, let me step me. Here, why don't you go in front of me. There we go.
Yeah, the seniors this year, we've got Mike Edwards. We've already mentioned her. Kelsey Aschenbrunner, one of the all-time leading scorers for LaVille at this point. And we've also got Shelfie Zeiger and Corey Hess rounding out the group of 4 this year.
Well, the player for Bethany Christian is Caroline Cartmel, and she was just another one who just shot it off the over the top of the goal. First half, she had 2 of them that banged off the top of the crossbar. And so she is the one, as I talked with Coach Duncan at halftime, that they're really trying to keep an eye on, try to spot her up and just make sure that she's just not roaming around with somebody shadowing her, putting a body on her. 31 minutes left to go, 40-minute halves, fourth of the way through almost, second half. And again, 2-0, and you'd like to have a third one, third goal. I mean, we're playing well in defense, but 2-goal lead can go away pretty quickly.
Yeah, you'd feel a lot more comfortable with that third goal.
Yeah, a third goal would feel a whole lot more comfortable because, again, Bethany Christian just continues to put the pressure on us.
Yeah, have we even had the ball over on their side here in the second
yeah, we've
half?
had it over there. Oh, there it is again. Go get it. Trinity Cox, nice job. A big scrum in the middle there. Yeah, you just kind of get the feel for Bethany Christian. It's just a matter of time before they put one in there. They're putting pretty good pressure on us.
We're seeing a side of Trinity that I don't get to see in the hallway. She's always smiling, and this chipper girl, and she's fierce as a goalie. I'm a lot intimidated.
Well, she's one of 5, so survival of the fittest comes in. There's number 10 right there again. There's Cartmel right in the middle. And she is hungry, and she's going to get a goal here. Trinity Cox with the goalie save.
Yeah, we do appreciate Steve. He's playing double duty right now, doing the announcing for us, play calling down on the field. I think they asked him if he'd be assistant coach today.
We'll do whatever we need to do. Need run, go get the coffees in a little bit. I heard the girls are going to go for pizza. I thought that was awfully nice of them. Did you hear that?
They're going to walk.
They're going to walk over. They're going to walk over to Bruno's, and they're going to use their hard-earned allowance to buy us pizza up here. I thought that was really. You guys don't get allowance?
I don't know.
You don't know what an allowance is?
Never got an allowance.
Oh man, you work 30. Well, then you got plenty of money. You don't need an allowance. So I want my pizza with everything on it. How about you, Wayne?
Black olives.
We want the no anchovies. I'm not an anchovy guy.
Pineapple was too far.
Yeah, pineapple's okay. I'm all right with pineapple, especially if it's free. I'll pick off the anchovies if it's free. Lancer's down, kind of knocking on the door, but again, it's just like we just don't have a lot of pressure. We're able to get down in there. And then they're going to clear it out quickly.
That's Abby Leonard in the backfield right now.
All right, here we go again. Here's Caroline Cartmel.
Yeah, the ladies soccer team actually went all the way to a sectional championship last year.
Who's that?
The LaVille Lancers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, won the sectional, went the first game of the regionals.
Came on with a lot of expectations this year to try and match up against that team from last year.
Well, again, it's just going to be hard. They graduated 5 seniors who just really had a lot of playing time. Those girls have played together since they were in grade school. And so not only did they have the skills, but just the team chemistry, really understand each other.
And again, thank you for joining us. We're 27 minutes left here in the second half. And these girls play for a full 40 minutes. No timeouts. I'm a little winded just watching them play and talking about it.
You were winded after you hauled all the equipment up here.
Mr. Thomas getting swole. It was like he was dying. It was really hard. Proud of us.
It's a team effort. We were a little disorganized to begin with, but it's a well-oiled machine up here now. Bethany Christian fullbacks, their defense, really do a nice job. They play up. they're faster kids. If you've got some speed, you can play up like that, and that really helps to keep the ball down in your end of the field.
A little bit of contact with Cassie Watts over there.
They are.
And that was Lauren
Shelby
Dove.
Zeiger looking for a return. She's playing defense, and she's down there on offense right now. Took the ball and went in. Problem with that is now she's got to recover all the way back.
Good to see Kylie Platts back in. She took a pretty nasty
Right.
shot earlier in the first half. Lauren Dove.
Lauren Dove with a lot of shoving there. Referee let it go for a little bit. And they called it the other way. Emma Ledger and Lauren Dove doing a little wrestling move there. I thought initially Dove was going to be the one they were going to call. You never get it, though. It's like sometimes it looks like it's a takedown and they call it on the other person. So
But the ref had a little bit better angle on it than we do. Mass substitution. That's going to bring Talaga in for us, the junior.
I need a penciler right now. Who all came in for them? Forget it. Substitution, mass. I like the way you did that.
Yeah.
That's the broadcaster's way of bailing out. A whole bunch of people just came in.
On a few girls for them and a couple girls for us.
One for us and 3 for them. Uh-oh, that's 3 against 1. That's not fair. All right, we'll try to do a little better next time.
I'm a little bit more proficient with baseball and softball.
Wayne's like riding a bicycle.
There's one jersey number to look at. The guy with the glove.
Substitution for LaVille, number 9, Kylie Gorka. We could do the substitution. They only do one at a time. Any more than that, we just get confused. Happens quite easily at the Wayne and Steve show.
Now, did you play soccer at all? When
No.
I don't even think. it
No,
was an
soccer wasn't even invented. That's how old I am. My boys played soccer. That was the first wave of really soccer. We lived in South Bend and got them involved in Michiana soccer. So that's why I have not coached soccer. And as I announced soccer, I really can't tell you a lot about the strategy other than to say when somebody scores, we go, goal, 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 goal.
See, I don't know if my high school had a soccer team when I was there. I know I wouldn't have been invited anyway.
No, LaVille didn't have. That was been back in the late 60s, early 70s. It really didn't start until a club sport when my boys were in high school. That's when and it was a club sport then.
Here we go with Dove.
Oh, she's going to get it through there. She gets it on her left foot. She's left-footed.
Shelby with the ball again, over to Micah Edwards.
Okay, sometimes they just do that, boot it and hope your guy's faster than the defense and just run it down. High school does that a lot with Nick Felke. The guy's like grease lightning. We'll see him in the second game here at high noon.
It's kind of like me when I play pool. I just hit the ball and hope something happens.
Yeah. Substitution for Bethany Christian, number 19, Lily Ortiz.
Oh, we've got about 20 minutes left.
Ball dangerously sitting in front of the Lancer goal. Girls are doing a nice job of clearing it out. Bethany Christian with some nice interior passing. Our girls, though, right on them. Day like today, too, overcast, cool, nice breeze. Just really helps as far as your energy levels. Having played high school sports, there's just a huge difference on a day like today.
Kylie Platt's getting back in the action there.
Yeah, she got kicked pretty good the first half across the shin.
She's a tough young woman, though. That's Kylie Gorka. I think her sister is one of the seniors we were talking about
Right.
from last year. That
Right. I was going to say, Bethany Christian's got everybody down in the box. If we can get it out, get her run, get it up to her. She's offside, though. The problem is she's got to get back onside. There we go. Had a chance. We could have got a run right there. Bethany Christian's just doing a nice job of contesting us at midfield. A lot of pressure on us. We just don't get a nice, easy look.
Yeah, we might be up 2-0, but Bethany Christian has made it really difficult.
Right. Yeah, again, it's just our efficiency of we've been not many shots on goal, but for all of the pressure that Bethany Christian has put on us, they've allowed us to get crossing in front of the net, where we've had relatively uncontested both goals, which there wasn't anybody there.
Kylie Platts and Emily Talaga both back there to get that one.
I said it a lot in basketball, yelling at her. Talaga!
I love it. It suits her too. Like, I don't know why.
Substitution, we've got Corey Hess coming in. And then number 2 and number 10 for Bethany
Substitution
Christian.
for the Lancers. Number 20, Corey Hess. For Bethany Christian, number 2, Mackenzie Mast. And number 10, Caroline Cartmel. That's an example there. I was reading up on the rule on that. That was a handball. And that's up to the referee's discretion and it really goes to the intentionality. If you look at that, she wasn't trying to just hit her hand. It's like, and it didn't really affect the flow of the game either. That's the other, if it's not intentional but it affects the flow of the game, it's supposed to be a handball. So, but like I said, I know enough to be dangerous, and that's about it.
Puts a lot of pressure, I think, on the refs to determine whether or not it was intentional.
Right, and I think maybe that's why they do. If it's just a handball, you just call it and be done with it. It's kind of like in basketball. Every call is either a charging or it's just it's a no call, just play. Because on those types of calls, no matter what you make, nobody's going to be happy. All right, the girls are awfully quiet here. I don't know what that means. It means they're either sleeping and we are off the air, and we're just talking into dead mics,
Sounds about right.
or they're got their phones out and they're working on their homework
Yeah, I'm not. That's not where my money is.
due for Monday,
I should have bought my very untimely.
or they're just mesmerized by the mindless chatter that we have going on right now.
We're tired.
Oh, they're tired. All right, they call it tired. We're tired.
Your voices are pretty soothing.
Very soothing. When I preach on Sunday, I put people to sleep too. So, uh-oh. I
do
tell you,
that 5
Carmel's
days
got
a
a
week.
leg. She's got a leg. You know, she's. Returning to the Lancer lineup, number 16, Shelfie Zeiger. She's the one that Coach Duncan was talking about. We've got to spot her. I mean, if you look at her, she can tell she's an older girl, bigger girl.
That's what I thought.
It's Abby Krieger, the junior.
Right at 14 minutes left to go. Still need to keep the pressure on. Don't want to let up at this point.
Lauren Dove threw it back in to Kelsey Aschenbrenner.
She said she went to the hacienda and got some chips, so I think that's That's the important.
Lance is doing a nice job stopping the momentum. And again, this is where, because Bethany Christian pushes up so much, if we can get a break before they get back. Now they've got their defenders back now, but they're really pushing up to try to keep the pressure on us.
Yeah,
And if we get a ball loose right there, we've only got maybe 1 or 2 defenders to beat as opposed to 4 or 5. So I think that's something that we could take advantage of. Of course, that's easier said than done. We're up here watching it. How come you don't do that?
It's really easy from the sideline, from the press box. But I'm not wearing cleats, so.
And it's a good thing.
I think at this point we've got about 12 minutes to go. We might get it down to their side and just try to milk that clock down a little bit more.
I tell you, just from a coaching standpoint, I don't know much about soccer, but I tell you, you can eat up a lot of time just substituting. They take a lot of time walking in and off the field. I was watching the other day, it's a good 15, 20 seconds. I don't know if there's a sportsmanship of the game. You're not supposed to do that or whatever. That's an unwritten rule that you don't just sub like crazy. But because the clock keeps running on a substitutions.
I think the ref might have to call for a substitution. He might have to allow it to happen.
Talaga doing a nice job just stopping that ball, just clear it out.
Now he's going to allow a substitution that's going to bring Micah back in, number 5 and 6 for Bethany Christian.
Substitution for the Lancers, number 1, Micah Edwards. For Bethany Christian, number 5, Raina King, and number 6, Rylan Kaufman. Here's Cartmel again. Put it right back to her, that little give and go. See, see what I'm talking about? How if we could get a run now? How because the fullbacks, they push up so much. If we could get a quick run. We're getting tired. That's part of it. Been going for 70 minutes here. There's Shelfie. She just wants down in there.
She's been playing most of the second half. She's just full.
She's kind of all over the place. But you like to see the hustle, but sometimes you take yourself out of position as well.
Just under 10 minutes now.
That could be trouble because they're going to have a nice chance to cross. Oh, shot just wide.
It's a missed opportunity for Bethany.
Cherney was
Christian.
there, but had that been back a little bit, that's that ball in the upper back of the corner of the net. You got to be about 9 foot tall to stop that. Trinity's tall, but she's not that tall. She's about 8 foot maybe, I think.
It's that Cox gene.
Yeah. She got her length from Grandpa. She didn't get her looks from me at all, though. Substitution for the Lancers, number 25, Emily Franz.
Franz.
Correction, Franz. Mr. Thomas calls me out on national TV. I'll be highly embarrassed. I'll be down at McDonald's on Monday, and they'll say, "How can you say her name was Franz? It's Franz." Any idiot knows it's Franz. That's German.
But we got her
Franz.
first name right, Emily.
Frankfurter. Frankenmuth. It's Fran, not Franz. It doesn't say Frankfurter. All right, here we go. You see how we got it now? If we just get it, make a little run. Little give and go.
Yeah, it's hard being a teacher because I don't know how to say all of these names, especially on the first day. And some of these students won't correct you. It's another save for Trinity.
That's me.
I've had students, Brianna, I called her Brianna all year. Turns out her name was Brianna.
Huh.
She never corrected me. Somebody else told me with like a week to go in the year.
So your name isn't really Wayne, it's Wane.
Yeah.
You're just afraid to tell me. It's French. Wane Tomas.
I've been called Tom and Tommy my whole life. That's my last name. You just answer to it. When you've got 3 first names, you just go with whatever they say.
Yeah, Mandy called you Senior Thomas, and Ariana's like, "Is he a Spanish teacher?" I thought you were a Spanish teacher now, and I was like, what happened while I was gone?
Well, see, the girls woke up and we're going to start making fun of people. So they went in on that. So as long as they'll make fun of you and me. Mr. Cox doesn't know how to speak German. Mr. Thomas got 5 last names, 5 first names, 5 first names. It's way more fun up here in the booth than human beings ought to be allowed to have. You know what I mean?
There's not enough coffee for this yet.
Actually,
I bought them coffee this morning. That was
I
me.
s-
Oh, that
Yeah.
was so nice.
I stopped on the coffee because there's no Joy John up here in the booth, you know, and that's embarrassing.
Just gives me a stomachache.
Substitution for LaVille, number 6, Kelsey Eschenbrenner.
I think I was like 10 pots a day. I don't know how.
Well, I drank a lot of coffee before I came because I didn't think I was going to be up in a booth. My wife goes, "You're going to be up in a booth," and I go, I bet.
I'm sorry. It
I
must
bet.
be so hard for you to be up here.
I just had to quit drinking coffee because, again, it would be embarrassing.
That didn't look comfortable at all.
6 minutes, just a little under 6 minutes left to go in the game. Girls got music dialed up for me? They do. Ariana is going to do music for me all year during the basketball. I thought that was really nice of her. She said she lives in Alaska. So it's Alaska, Mishawaka. It all sounded the same. I don't know. I got a little confused.
Like 10 hours of daylight. It's the same thing.
But I thought it was nice of her.
Cassie Watts with some solid play over there.
Cassie, I had her. She played summer basketball with me.
Did she?
She's a gamer. Yeah, she likes to mix it up. Very athletic, very physical. Even though she's a freshman, normally freshmen kind of shy away from that kind of contact. 5 minutes.
All of that Watts family.
Here we go.
Say that name a lot.
Yeah.
Even Clint Watts, I think he played golf when he was in high school.
See, if I had it all to do, I'd have played golf in high school. Would have served me better.
Sounds like a good deal. They're not allowed to drive the carts if you play golf.
Really?
So I'm out.
Nice idea as far as the crossing shot is concerned to Watts. She's just physical. Just gets in there, wins that ball. Little slip shot through.
There's Micah.
Oh, shot just wide. Good job, Lancers. That's what we need right now. Instead of just sitting back and playing defense, give them a chance. That old adage, best defense is good offense. As long as we can keep the pressure, just right at 4 minutes left to go here in the game. Substitution for LaVille, number 9, Kylie Gorka.
Defense wins Lancer Cups. Is that the old phrase?
Defense wins Lancer Cups. That's what you'll see in the second game with the boys. Boys are very defensive-minded. Coach Christie's philosophy is we try to steal a goal and then just hang on.
I think we've really got to give a big shout-out to Coach Pleninger, though. He with Coach Dunlap and Lindsay Pleninger, probably of relation to Coach Pleninger, I would assume.
Yep.
They've really built a solid program the past couple of years here. Last year was his first year as a head coach, and they've done some great things.
We're enjoying the young man over on the by the light pole who's just rolling around on the ground. The girls find it quite comical, and we're not quite sure if he's hurt or just enjoying the grass and the cool weather.
We don't know who he is, but we are very appreciative.
But we appreciate it's rather entertaining. So anyway, we're back to all right. So here's Cartmel again. She's got that strong leg. This time she tries to go in on the ground attack. Doesn't work. Too many bodies in the way. There's Cassie Watts. 2.5 minutes left to go.
There he is over there. You can see him now.
You hate to laugh. You don't know if he's like hurt or something or he's just whatever. He
just got his 15 seconds.
One too many Fruit Loops or something. I don't know. Fruit Loops will do that to you if you have one too many bowls of Fruit Loops. Kylie Gorka, pass up. She's already got one goal.
Second half brought to you by Fruit Loops. We've got 2 minutes left.
No, that's the announcers. 2 minutes. 2-minute warning. Lancer's doing a nice job keeping it up, keeping the pressure on. The girls are just really enjoying.
Wait for it.
Oh, my goodness. Well, you can't beat fun at the old park.
About 90 seconds left, and we've got the pressure really applied.
Yeah, I was going to say, now we haven't had this all game. I don't know if I haven't really been following Bethany Christian's substitutions here to know if maybe they're playing some of the younger kids. Returning to the Lancer lineup, number 4, Lauren Dove. He's
still going.
corner kick for the Lancers.
Playing with the game.
Put across the front of the goal mouth. Oh, good try. Kelsey Aschenbrenner in there. Emily Franz got it right.
What if it turns out I've been saying her name wrong this whole time?
Yeah,
She
really.
just won't
Thank you,
correct me?
Wane. Wane Tomas.
When I was still in the Navy, I would tell new people the wrong way to pronounce my name, and that way when they came to look for me, no one knew who they were talking
Good
about.
point. I like that.
I'm here for Petty Officer Thoma. Like, there's no Thoma. I've been on this boat for 4 years. Who are you talking
Who
about?
is that?
You got to find ways to entertain yourself when there's no sun for 3 months. And that is the game, 2-0 for the ladies.
And that's the ball game. Final score, LaVille Lancers 2, Bethany Christian Bruins 0. Lady Lancers will advance to the championship match. That will be here at 2 p.m. on the red.
All right, so fortunately for you, we are going to cut out. We're going to regroup, get some cereal in us, a little bit more coffee, find that Joy John.
Ladies.
Come back, we'll see game 2 for the boys, or the first game for the boys, here in about 20 minutes.